Apothecary After Dark, the official podcast of Amityville Apothecary.
This is what real witches talk about when the doors are locked, the lights are low, and the incense is still smoldering.
From spell work and shadow work to hot takes on hexes, healing, and everything in between, we're serving up magic, mystery, and a little bit of mischief.
So pour a cup of your favorite libation, light that protection candle, and settle in. It's about to get witchy. Everyone, welcome to another episode of Apothecary After Dark. We are so excited to have yet another special guest with us remotely from across the world. But before we get started, to remind you, I'm here with my best friend and business partner, Danielle
Hi guys, I'm
DC.
Danielle. Yeah, hi, how are you?
We're going to call her Danny because when we're all together as friends, we call each other by our nicknames.
Yep.
But I don't really have a nickname.
It's
So,
just Danny and Dina.
Dina.
Yeah.
I don't think you could shorten Dina any more than it already is. But we're so excited to be with an author friend of ours. And we actually, what you don't know, Maria, is we're actually both wiser authors. So we're publishing house siblings.
Are we?
Yes, we are. So
Oh, I don't know. Is that recent?
it's not even released yet. We have until like March, April. So we have tons of time.
Oh, that's great. Can we talk about your books too?
Maybe.
Maybe. All right.
No, we got to talk, Maria. So we're here with María Alviz Hernando, who just released Tarot Tableau Revolution.
Yes. So
And literally for us, hot off the presses.
at the time of filming, the book just was released. So congratulations to you on the launch of this book.
Thank you very much. It was released yesterday at the time of recording. And I was actually surprised that it got there on the day of the release because I had been warned that that might not happen.
Oh.
So yeah, everything went super smoothly. I'm grateful for that and for the support, of course.
Talk to us a little bit about your process behind writing this book and what was your impetus behind, linking the tableau style to tarot, which is, it's not something that I'm familiar with. So maybe other people that are watching or listening are also interested as to what Tarot Tableau is.
Sure thing. So when we hear tableau, we tend to link it with Lenormand, or at least if you are familiar with Lenormand, you might have heard of tableau as a concept, like the grand tableau, but it is not a system that is Lenormand specific. I like to say, right, that tableau is to Lenormand what hammer is to a blacksmith, in the sense that, yeah, does a blacksmith use a hammer? Yes, but it is not exclusive to the trade, so it is the same thing. The tableau is a method of reading that has existed for, at the very least, a couple and a half centuries, if not longer, and it is a cartomantic method that you can use with tarot, with Lenormand, with Keeper, with any other system that you want. It's very versatile, and it is a system that has been very attached to this particular system, which is Lenormand, or to this particular cartomantic method, which is Lenormand, but not exclusive. And it brings so much depth to the reading, and at the same time, it combines the dynamism of reading without stick positions, or without fixed positions. That would be a better way to put it into words. And at the same time, it gives you the structure that you need for the reading, not to be all over the place.
I'm excited to learn more about it and to put it into practice, because just from first glance throughout the book, it looks like it's applicable to so many different types of themes and topics that you really want to dive deep into. But you can read this layout in so many different ways, up and down, corners, diagonal, as the cards all relate to themselves, which can get complicated, but it seems like you laid it out like really very clearly. So I'm excited to learn more.
Well, it is kind of intimidating at first because you go from reading a card in its position to having this whole thing that's basically woven together as a fabric, and everything is part of everything else. But the thing is, first doing it in steps, not trying to change so radically from reading one card in one position to trying to do everything at once. This is where the layered reading comes in the sense that you are not supposed to just look at the tableau at the 9 cards, for instance, 9 card tableau, which is I like to call it the flagship because it is what I use the most personally, but it is not the only way in which you can use it. So you're not supposed to just look at that 9 card box and suddenly see everything. And you can get to a point in which it is so ingrained in you that you do, but that's where you use your layers. You begin by looking for a specific thing. Am I perceiving a pattern here? Am I saying, I am always very insistent with the elemental aspects because they are so, at least for my style of reading, so relevant and add a lot of information. What's absent in the reading, what's present in the reading tells you a lot, and how it relates to the context, of course. So you pay attention to that part. You get your information, you move on to the next thing, you layer one thing on top of the other, and when you have done that a few times, it begins to feel a bit more natural.
Wait a second. I have to interrupt you because something a lightning bolt just came into my head about looking at the cards elementally and what is present, but then what is absent. I've never considered what isn't there and how that informs what you're looking at. That's literally
Awesome.
My
That's
head just
awesome.
exploded.
Well, that's actually something that I always tell my students because, when you are reading cards, sometimes what is not there and could be there or should be there is giving you information. For instance, and I'm going to go back to the elements in a moment, so allow me to ramble for just a little second here. I have seen lots of people or seen students that say, this reading that I have done does not relate to the question that I asked or is about something else. And the thing, from my perspective, is no, you are not seeing the cards that you expected to see in this particular reading. It doesn't mean that it is not about what you asked. So, what doesn't make it to the table is as important as what does make it to the table. And when we look at that precisely from the elemental perspective, well, something that I speak about in the book is breaking every situation down into what it is elementally. And I'm going to give the context of a relationship here because that's something that probably everyone's going to understand. So if you think of a relationship, established relationship, right? And you break it down into elements. You can have air, which relates to swords, which is going to be, swords and the major arcana that correspond with the element of air. And that's going to be the communication part. That is going to be the intellectual connection. That is going to be the plans that they have but are not materialized or not grounded. Then you are going to have your wands, your fire, which are your wands, which is going to speak about the chemistry, is going to speak about that physical connection, about the kind of fun that, the couple has have together. And then you are going to have the emotional aspect with water and the cups, and that's going to be speaking about the connection in that sense of how they feel. And you are going to have the practicality of that relationship and how stable it is with your pentacles or your earth. So if you have a relationship that's, for instance, you pull your cards and you see that there are no pentacles whatsoever, that's telling you that this relationship is lacking stability, because that's not there. Something that you see a lot in situationships are lots of wands, lots of swords, maybe some cups, because there can be feelings in relationships, right? But usually pentacles are nowhere to be seen, or are pentacles that are not very positively aspected. So that gives you a lot of information about what's going
This
on
is
aside from the
crazy.
meanings.
I love it.
This is
It makes so much sense as you're
crazy.
explaining it. I love it.
It's reminding me of almost how we look at astrological charts.
Correct.
Right? It's that same sort of that same idea. Wow, you are a genius.
Well, I didn't make it up, but thank you. I'll take it.
But you're explaining it in a way that is literally, for me, I think also I can speak for Danielle, like very understandable. Because sometimes in tarot, the concepts get like very heady or very, depending upon, what the lineage is or what your background is, it can get like very studious and very academic.
And how do I find the right questions? And, are all of the elements there? So like I said, the way that you're explaining it makes perfect sense.
It's great.
So, sometimes if it's lacking the cups, that might be lacking the emotion of it. And it's just more like a business agreement instead of like a passionate, like caring relationship.
Or it's a sex agreement.
Well, it might be. It might be.
It could be. Or it could be, if you are thinking in the context of established relationship, for instance, sometimes the emotional aspect can fade away in the background because other things are taken over. And this is where context also comes into play, because you are not going to interpret, for instance, that lack of water the same maybe with a couple that has been married for 20 years, then you are going to interpret it in a context of a situationship that only calls you at 3 a.m. Right? So that's where the context is also going to apply to it.
This is great. This is great. I really like it. How long have you been practicing tarot, and how long have you been incorporating the tableau method as part of your readings?
Well, I began to read tarot when I was 14 or 15, so more than half of my life already. I'm that old. And I began to do it behind my parents' back, basically, because I didn't know what they were going to think about it. Turns out they were supportive of it. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. And they didn't see this coming, but anyway, they are not mad about it. Now, when it comes to the tableau, it was a bit of a process, right? So first, my first coming into contact with it was around 2014, maybe 2013, let's say, give or take 10-ish years ago, right? And it happened with a then friend who I started doing tarot professionally with. And he had a particular way of reading that was what would then become the tableau. But I didn't know it was a tableau, right? So what he did was, the first thing that he taught me was the spread that you can see in the book. And if you want a fun fact about the cover, this spread is a spread that actually gets discussed in the book. So the cards are the real cards that get discussed in. Just
cute.
A little Easter egg that is there. So this is the major arcana tableau. But this is
cute.
What I don't even remember what we called it in the book, because we agreed that it needed 2 different names. Anyway, this is a 22 card tableau, which consists on reading 22 cards using houses, which is a method that you would be maybe familiar with if you read the Grand Tableau, but the houses are those of the major arcana. Anyway, I am rambling again. Going back to how did I find the tableau? I first learned this particular spread, this configuration. Then I learned one that consisted on 4 rows of 3 cards that had similar movements, diagonal movements, which I had never considered before. And from that, I decided that the 4 rows didn't quite work for me. So I began to use 3 rows of 3. At that time, I became familiar with Lenormand. I began to incorporate a few of the techniques into tarot reading. And I began adding other things such as the elemental aspects, the numeric aspects, and so on and so forth, until maybe 6-ish years ago, I found out that I hadn't made it up myself and that it already existed. So that was a very long story. Feel free to shut me up, please. How it happened.
I think it's great. I mean, there's nothing really that's like truly original, right? We all learn from each other and then just figure out the part that works for us. So
right, and the way it's communicated, right?
Yeah.
So it's so funny. I think a lot of times, and I would consider people that read tarot and people that write and people that create tarot decks to be creative, truly creative people. And I think a lot of times we get stuck in this, oh, but it's been done before, or oh, it already exists, so I'm not going to bother with it. But it doesn't exist in the way that you've done it. And it doesn't exist in the way that you're communicating it. And not everybody can learn or receive information from every person. So you might, be teaching, sure, like it quote unquote existed, but the way you're communicating it, to me, it's like easily landing in my brain and making complete sense.
It's like mind blowing for you. I see the epiphany. Yeah. You're blowing her mind right now, which is great
because also I have to tell you, like,
thank you.
I've been reading. I always say, like, my shtick is I've been reading very horribly since 1995, and I consider myself
reading very horribly.
Yeah, I'm like I consider myself like a horrible tarot reader, which is why I made it. Which is why
great promotion.
No,
she has a deck
which is why I created a tarot deck, because I was so pissed off that I didn't like get it, that I was like, I just have to figure this out from like step 1, right? I'm just gonna make it. But I love like the psychological aspects and stories. So I'm not like a great like fortune teller tarot, because I don't really want to talk about like what's going to happen to you in the future and this like nebulous, like divine hand wheel of fate bullshit. Like, I want to get into the nitty gritty of like you and your subconscious and how like you're directing your fate. So for me, like the absence of the elements in a spread really does speak to like this greater subconscious issue that people aren't aware of. It's like, to me, it's almost like a shadow aspect conversation.
Yeah, well, we always have free will, so it gives you a deeper snapshot of what's happening right now. So, as you were explaining the different elements and something that's lacking, I think about my astrological chart. And Dina and I have the same exact birthday. So the same day, same year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mario and I have the same birthday. We are Tarot twins.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. So there we go. We have that in common. And one of the differences, because I have about 2 hours, just shy of 2 hours older than her, is I'm a Sag rising and she's a Capricorn rising. But in my chart, I'm lacking earth element. And her Capricorn as business partners between us really does ground the business partnership roles and responsibilities. So as we're working together, we will be, riffing off of each other, brainstorming off of each other. And it really does make quite a difference because what I lack, she compensates for, and we complement each other in that way.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So it's just like a really, to extend that reasoning and thought pattern into tarot is just, it's, for me, I'm blown away. I'm just blown away.
So another fun thing that we learned from your social media is this bowl with these cute little pieces of paper. Let's talk about this technique because we only have about 5 minutes or so, but I think this is a very good thing for everyone to put into practice. So explain to us what these little cut up strips are and how we use them.
All right. So let me show you my own to the audience. It's actually a singing bowl, but this is a technique that you can do in 2 minutes with whatever list of questions you have at hand, right? And what you want to do is have a deck of cards, have a list of questions. If you don't want to go through the trouble of slicing paper, just have a list of questions and do it with your finger. And here's the thing. You try to commit to a time frame, right? Let's say 90 seconds, 60 seconds, 2 minutes. You shuffle one card. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's each do one. It'll be fun.
All right. Yeah. So let's explain it. Okay. The exercise is simple. You just shuffle your deck, extract one card. We have the 10 of Cups here.
That's my card.
That's your card too.
That's my card.
All right, so we are going to see something very interesting, how we respond to 2 different questions with this. And you get a question. And now, this is me creating trouble for myself. Now you are going to answer this question or this prompt with this card, and you are going to commit to an answer without overthinking. So what I have here is, what is this card as a hill to die on? So what is the 10 of Cups as a hill to die on? See, I like to create trouble for myself. So for instance, we could say that if we consider the bit of a shadow aspect of the 10 of Cups and the fact that it can be what has peaked but has no more to give, we could say that this is someone that is sticking to the way things appear to be, come what may, or who is holding on to a relationship, for instance, or to a family structure, or to a series of connections that have already outlasted their prime, so to speak, for the sake of it. So this could be a way to translate this card into something that fits that context. Would you like to try?
Sure. So I have a card here that I don't even know what it is. So
check it out.
I'm going to see
what card did you pull?
Oh, I have the sun. Okay.
The sun. All right.
You were afraid.
So I have the sun, and I'm going to pick up. I got nervous. I was like, what is it going to be? Sometimes I like to, I was like, so just so you guys know that are watching or listening, we're not cheating. We're doing this on the fly, right? We're not.
This is not production people, please help.
Okay. The question that I pulled in.
Oh wow.
Okay. The question is, what is this card as a toxic relationship with a parent?
Oh.
This is a good, I got this one. I got this one.
Yes, I think it's clear.
Oh, I got this one. It's so good as it relates to the relationship with my father, who I will preface by saying I love very dearly. I don't think he'll ever listen to this, but just in case he does, Dad, I do love you. However, I do tend to not go very deep with my father in terms of where I am emotionally or what's going on in my life. It's very jovial. It's very on the surface. It's very like this baby on this horse. Everything is happy. I'm having the best time. And actually, if I'm even going to take like the literally this card, like showing up like a happy 6-year-old, like there's not a lot of depth there. There's not a lot of consideration. Whereas for my mother, we'll have like these like really deep, poignant conversations. So, and I don't know I don't even think that it's a reluctance on his part for him to hear it, but it's a reluctance on my part that I just don't want to go there with him.
Everything
Makes
is
a lot of
awesome.
sense.
Yeah. Danielle
Makes
just saying
a lot of sense.
Danielle just saying everything is awesome. But no, seriously. And I don't think it's because he'll judge me for anything. I just like can't be bothered with it all with more than one parent, I
Yeah.
don't think.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a
So
lot.
I totally get what you're saying. Sometimes you just don't go there because not because of judgment, but because you don't want to go there.
Yeah, I just want to keep it surface level. Like I want to keep it like Sunshine, Baja, California.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So my card is the Queen of Pentacles.
Okay,
So-
court cards. We are being intense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what the question is. What's this card as a virtue?
All right. Okay, you got the easy one. Go.
Yeah, she's wise. She is self-made. She's confident. She is totally grounded and secure with her own self, but she's not arrogant and she's not braggadocious. The colors in this card show that she's muted, like that she doesn't need the glory or praise of anybody else. She's just very comfortable in her own skin and her own surroundings, but she also has beautiful gold adornments, and it actually looks like kintsugi in her braids, which show and honor the cracks of what brought her there. It's the Japanese practice of using gold to fill in the cracks. That's reflected on this beautiful card, which is from my friend Christine Gorman's deck, the Visionary Woman Tarot. It's very, very.
We love Christine.
Yeah, we love her too very much. So the art interpretation is very beautiful and rich, but it's not. There's an acorn there, so it's very like grounded, and she doesn't need to impress anybody. She's just very happy and comfortable.
She's got her generational wealth, and she's gonna, pass it
generational
on to her.
wealth has a way of making one stable and poised and confident.
Yeah, and she's going to pass that on to like the people that she, deems.
Yeah, she's worked hard.
Worthy.
She's not showy. She's modest and humble, and you know, it's a way to aspire. Something to aspire.
This is, I think, also like a really great way for people like myself who have been reading tarot terribly since 1995, a really great way to learn more and to dig deeper. I think like an excellent journaling prompt, taking that card of a day journaling prompt a little bit further. Like I am absolutely obsessed with you. I'm going to get on a plane and I'm coming to Madrid.
We're coming to Spain.
Please come. Oh, please come. Please come. I will be glad. I would. If
don't
we
tempt
have a
us.
moment-
Yeah.
If we have a moment, I would like to add something to this. And it is try, when you have done it once, try another prompt with the same card. See how that changes. This is how you get to expand your meanings. And maybe, the thing with give yourself a timer, force yourself to answer fast, then you might think it is not the best answer that you could have given for that. But the thing is, force yourself to work, force yourself to commit to that kind of answer, even if you could have said something wiser or something, more poignant later on, because we all have that. But give yourself that kind of pressure so that you don't overthink.
I love it. Brilliant.
It's a great exercise.
Maria, lots of brilliance in tonight's episode. We can't thank you enough because
Thank you.
I really wish that we got this book 5 days earlier, because we might have to have you back to talk about this some more, because
please do.
I'm just completely blown away.
And by the time this airs, we will definitely have this book in stock, so you can get your own copy here.
Yes.
And Maria, we would love to have you send over some book plates, signed book plates, so we can include those into the books as well.
We could do them digitally, so we don't have to be at the whim of the mail. We
Correct.
can actually do digital book plates, and then we'll print them here.
And then you can come and visit us in New York anytime you want.
We can actually mail documents.
Oh, you can mail documents? Oh, good. Okay.
Documents are the only things that we can mail, so I can mail sticky pages.
Oh, good.
Perfect.
Like,
Okay, perfect.
That's something that can happen.
Oh, great. So then we're going to arrange that.
No.
Maria, thank you. Thank you so much. And for everybody watching, thank you so much for tuning into another episode. Make sure you follow along. Drop us some comments. Let us know what you think about it. Have you given Tarot Tableau Revolution a chance? Have you incorporated any of these practices into your own tarot reading practice? We want to know. We want to hear from you.
And follow Maria on social media as well. Where can they follow you, Maria?
So you can follow me at The Civils Tarot, which is my Instagram handle. My website is thecivilstarot.com, or you can join my community where I speak about a lot of things, such as the ones that we discussed here, sending out tips thrice a week, along with all the stories, offers, and stuff like that at thecivilstarot.online.
Perfect.
Excellent. Thank you so much. All right. We'll be in touch.
Thank you very
Take
much
care.
for having me.
That's all for tonight, witches, but the magic doesn't stop here.
Be sure to follow Apothecary After Dark wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Leave us a comment or review. We'd love to hear what's stirring in your cauldron.
And you can always find us at shopamityvilleapothecary.com or at Amityville Apothecary across all the socials.
Until next time, keep your wards up, your wands at the ready, and your spell work sharp.